the FBI is protecting the Epstein class.
The subsequent administration will be under pressure to release more. I think we're going to know a lot than we know today.
You know, I just want to bring up something that's part of this, which is that how Jeffrey Epstein died. The official statement, Gretchen, is that it was a suicide, but there were many who believe he was killed so he wouldn't talk. And a lot of people have gone down many conspiracy theories about what's going on. Why do you think that is important as we discuss the revelations from the files? Is like, how did he die? Is it really true that he committed suicide?
Well, look, that's opening up Pandora's box. Once you get on that rabbit hole.
Did he even die?
Was he killed? Was he not? Was there
a swimming with Osama now around
video that came out when
their
some
private
of these DOJ documents came out now, as people allege that they saw. But I think it's incredibly important if it ever came out that there was some funny business going on, because obviously that would lead us down a whole different path of how he died. What I think is fascinating in this entire situation is that it was actually the MAGA base that wanted, more.
It's not that fascinating. They're just liars.
Trump literally campaigned on
Space
this.
Force in the street, flat Earth in the sheets.
To campaign on this.
Yeah, they're always lying.
And then when Pam Bondi got in as the Attorney General, suddenly she just announced nothing here to see.
Yeah,
and I think
because
that
they're liars.
Because they had the ability to do this in the past with other issues, that the minute they said nothing to see here, they were able to clamp down on some of those issues, but not this one.
It's just the only option they had.
And that's how we opened up this whole
They ran on it,
situation
knowing
where
they were lying.
It just got deeper and deeper into trouble for them. I really do think that now they're going to subpoena Bill Gates to come in. There are going to be more criminal charges in this.
Stop the Epstein class.
If they really get to the bottom of this, there will be a myriad of other criminal charges.
And of course, there are so many people. It's not just Bill Gates. Steve Bannon has talked about Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. Let's get to another call. Eric is calling from Golden, Colorado.
Hey, Golden, Colorado. It's right over there.
Yeah, so
you can almost see Golden from here.
Consider this when I'm thinking about voting in elections.
The question is, do you care about the Epstein files?
Congressman Jamie Raskin, the unredacted files feature Trump's name more than 1 million times. So at this point, it doesn't even seem crazy to call it the Trump files.
The Trumpstein files. We've been calling it for that for months.
If we're going to make informed decisions, we need to know if the President of the United States was involved in sex trafficking. And
well, yeah, he was.
What is, basically raping children.
Well, yeah, raping and killing them.
And it also
raping, killing,
into
selling,
what's going on with our media,
everything bad you can possibly do.
Under the billionaire class,
and
which
Epstein was bragging about stopping Bernie Sanders.
The Epstein class.
Yeah, the Epstein class.
So
he's afraid of Bernie Sanders and the Bernie Sanders supporters. That's why we need Jasmine Crockett to run for president right now.
We know that all sorts of figures may be involved in this, are named in it, as you were just discussing. And
the FBI is protecting the Jeffrey Epstein class.
Earlier, I'm originally from New Jersey. When Bob Menendez was caught with gold bars, I wanted him prosecuted.
Yeah, we all did. Well, fuck them. They're traitors.
Does not seem to hold power to account.
Well, it's time to.
It's a failing that other countries seem to be doing better at.
It's a reckoning that we got coming.
For that. Jessica
Thanks, Eric.
One thing that Eric
Thanks,
just
Golden, Colorado.
How the media
here, I'll show you Golden, Colorado.
I was looking at FoxNews.com.
That's where he's calling from.
A search on there for Epstein, and like 8 of the top 10 things were about Bill Clinton and Epstein. The stories that were on there.
You can see Golden, Colorado right there.
The media
that little
Eric
red light blinking
now
Golden, Colorado.
So incredibly by so many billionaires. Are they covering this up?
Yeah, they're covering it up. What kind of question is that?
I think that the media is walking really slowly on this.
Really slowly. Just say they're covering it up.
All the Democrats, and then MSNBC is going to focus more on the Republicans, although they're going to be a little bit more fact-based, in my opinion. I do think that I've been surprised the extent to which some of the
just say what the truth is. You don't have to apologize for knowing what the truth is.
Have been cautious about reporting.
Cautious about reporting. They're always like, just appearing in the Epstein files does not imply or amount to criminal behavior.
And
just shooting somebody in the back doesn't amount to criminal behavior. Depends if they're a healthcare CEO or a gun owner.
And putting it on air. And I think there are a lot of people who are doing investigations right now based on what they're reading there.
Yeah,
and
so what the
will bring
mainstream
those out
people are
in
doing is
time,
catching
but
up to what
this isn't
the
sort of
content
we
creators
call
are
it in
putting
the
out
news
there.
rip and read. Something comes in over the transom and you rush to air with it. Is you just they've got to be right because these people will sue.
Oh, they'll sue. The Epstein class will
you said there's
sue.
a lot coming in. Go for it. Tell us what it is.
Billy in Savannah says, they matter to Trump. LOL. He's all in them. Bye-bye, Gnome. Thanks for handing us the midterms. Steven in Dayton says,
If we get to
I
have
don't care about the
midterms.
Epstein files as a voter. I care about the victims as human beings. And then Scott in Oberlin says,
We got to
yes, the files
remove
need to
Trump
be released
before the
for the
midterms if we
simple
want
fact that
midterms.
Trump's 2024 pre-election message was centered on releasing the files to prove Biden, Obama, and Clinton's connections to underage people's sex abuse.
And what did he know
Just
about
a few,
it?
yeah.
Well, what did they know about
Go ahead,
him?
Jessica.
They're all covering up for each other,
One
aren't
thing
they?
that I want
Biden
to add
had 4
after hearing
years to
Keller
release
say
the
that
files.
is one area where I think the media has been quite.
He didn't release the files. He didn't arrest Trump, and he didn't stop the
I
genocide.
turn on the TV and I see somebody on air just about every day on cable news. They've been on about every network, and people
About
are
every
and I
network.
think
Probably
a lot
not
of that's
Fox,
credit
though,
to
huh?
Gretchen and the path she trailblazed by showing that you can speak out. And
Jasmine Crockett
live to
won.
tell
They had to
and
cheat to keep her
be
from
heard.
getting her win.
So while it's an interesting dichotomy,
Just like they
on the one
cheated
hand,
Bernie
you
out of
hear
a
from the
primary.
survivors, but on the other, the media
That's why she'll run in the presidential and get a great jump start.
Let me just add, though, if I can, Jeremy, that I do believe that the print media has done an extraordinary job on this, much
Yeah.
better than actually
We should ask
television.
our
I guess I can
grandparents
say
about
because
that.
I come from the television realm.
Some of the best reporting out there right now.
They're doing some of the best reporting. And so, and if, as an observer, I would have to say that they are like, then you really should pay attention.
Yeah.
Because if they're doing a deep dive, then you know that they really checked all of their sources, dotted their I's and crossed their T's. But again, and thank you, Jessica, for the shout out. It does come down to the fact that we now live in a different culture than we did when these survivors first started coming forward 20 years ago. We live in a culture now, thanks to so many people, where people believe them. And that's
Yeah.
right. It is because now people believe survivors, and so they do want to get
It could have been a story if it had
Let's
come
get to a
out.
couple more calls. 'Cause
People been
all of
covering
the
it up. They weren't
headlines
covering
that
it
I
up
can
because it
see
didn't
are
matter.
full right now. Brian is calling in from Tampa, Florida. Brian, go ahead with your thoughts.
Oh, she's gonna run for president.
Concerned about the Epstein files as a voter?
Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm very concerned about it. Concerned about this criminality and lack of morality. It seems that this is something fundamental, should transcend party, should really transcend any viable religion. It was up to accountability for these perpetrators.
You say it should transcend party. What party do you identify with, Brian?
Republican, but I don't vote that way. Not since McCain was the last guy I liked. But they've just lost. They have no ethics anymore, no basic morality. They're lost, and they're taking us with them. This is very heinous crimes by very powerful people,
He knows who did it.
and it's up to me. I'd hang them.
Hang him. That's what I'm talking about.
You know?
Yeah, let him talk.
Okay, Brian,
Shut
thank you
the
for
fuck
that.
up, you little
Jessica Yellen, though, you can hear this
little New York
disaffected
Times
Republican. You think there are a
bitch.
lot of
I
people
don't know what he's
like
from.
that
He's from
out there?
middle. I don't forget where the middle's from.
Yeah, I hear
He's
from
a little
them.
bitch trying to cut him off. He got to the
I saw
good
somebody
part.
the other day, I think it was on C-SPAN, calling in to apologize for voting for Trump, given what he's read in the Epstein files. I mean, it cuts to the quick of just who you are as a person, right? How can you not
Yep, traitors and
have sympathy,
Trump-ooniers.
empathy for what these
They're traitors.
then girls, now women went through?
They're traitors
just
and terrorists.
disgust at the
They're still
culture
going through
that
it. They're still
surrounded him
doing
and
it.
The people that knew and looked the other way. I mean, we haven't talked about some of the people that are currently in the public eye who have not been accused of criminality, but socialized with him or friends with him after the conviction, after he went to jail. And I've interviewed people who had been into Epstein's house, and they'd all say there were signs all over the place that something was not right here. So for people who, especially doctors who are spending time with him, who are mandated reporters, things like that, I think it's just, it gives one the ick that this was allowed to go on and people look the other way, even if they didn't know the extent of his criminality.
Let me get to Ashley calling from New Orleans. Ashley, what about you? Do the Epstein files matter to you as a voter?
Absolutely. They matter to me on every level in life, as a human, as a voter. And I believe they're important not only for the integrity of our leaders, but also for our national security. I have been reading many different sources. I've listened to like 2-hour testimonies of survivors of not only Epstein, but Les Wexner, other people, extremely wealthy and powerful people. And also our media has focused really only on the details of
the FBI came to my house, but not Les Wexner's.
But this was an international network of people.
They came to my house for criticizing the Epstein class.
And so
but they won't go to Les Wexner's house because he's in the Epstein class.
In the world, I mean, our government has this information, and our DOJ has been trying very hard to keep it under wraps and everything redacted, but other countries might also have a lot of this information.
Iran said they had some videos of Trump and kids.
Use that as very
they should be releasing them any minute now. They didn't use it to leverage to stop him from bombing them.
Certain decisions on bombing Iran, perhaps. You know, if I know that he's always been cozy with Israel, and that's just such a loaded topic. However, if people in charge of our country are making decisions.
No, they cut her off.
Lost her there, but a very good point. And,
Israel, Mossad cut her off real quick.
2 people in the United Kingdom have been arrested over this, including former Prince Andrew, the Andrew formerly known as Prince, were both arrested because of state secrets, involved state secrets over there. Tolliver, during the 2024 campaign, President Trump did a number of interviews in which he seemed to indicate a willingness to release the Epstein files.
Yeah, here he is on Lex Friedman's podcast just before the 2024 presidential election.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way.
Maybe. So if you were able to, maybe.
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it. Now, Kennedy's interesting because it's so many years ago.
Yes,
they do that for danger too, because endangers certain people, et cetera, et cetera. So Kennedy is very different from the Epstein thing, but yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
I guess we don't know what I'd be inclined to do the Epstein actually.
Oh, he was inclined to do the Epstein.
We'll find out. Tolliver.
He was certainly inclined to do the Epstein.
This is Nas with Daughters. Nas has such a tough guy image. It's kind of shocking to hear him be like this corny dad. It's fun.
I guess we're going to go